So data is becoming a bit more hard to track at the moment, and browsers and this privacy revolution that's going on is definitely having an impact. But recently, what's happened is there's a lot of people who've implemented their GDPR banners correctly, and that's because of Consent V2 and making sure that they have remarketing going for personalization. Now, because of that, what they've seen is their analytics is staying the same or showing a decline in traffic. And the reason that is because they have their CMPs implemented correctly, their traffic is dropping off because there's an opt-out rate on the banner. In other words, if 100,000 people go to your website and you have a 75% opt-in rate of people that accept the cookies, that means 25% of those 100,000 are not accepting your banner, and they're not accepting the cookies, and they're not showing up in your Google Analytics. So what that means is you're only getting 75,000, even though 100,000 people might have gone to your website. Now, as a marketer, it's very important that you to say, this should be a slide at the start of your reporting to say, look, the information of the people that have come to my website and are showing my analytics is 75% of the allowed data, because 25% of our audience has opted out. That means out of 25,000 people, of the 100,000 visitors we've had this year, 25,000, we don't know anything about them, what they've done, because they've opted out of tracking. But isn't it important to say that you had 100,000 visitors to your website? Because it sounds, it's good to actually report on that figure. You've worked hard to get those visitors to your website. So it's just a little tip for any marketers that are kind of struggling to explain that the data is off, or why you mightn't have grown this year. And because you might have changed your banner, you might have added a reject all, and your consent rate has gone from 80% down to 60%. It's a big thing for marketers to be able to explain that, the total data in my analytics and the sales in my analytics is actually not a true figure. And that's why you should always report on your first party data from your e-com system. But anyway, it's just a little tip if anyone is doing their end of year reports. Always put in a slide at the start to say, this is 75% of the data that we have because we have a 25% opt-out rate, or whatever it is. But log into your cookie bot, your OneTrust, whatever consent management platform that you're using, and report on the information in that, because it will help you with your case. And of course, if traffic is one of your KPIs, it's important to note that you made 100,000 visitors, even though analytics is only showing 75.